The one-winged angel himself, Sephiroth. The man needs no introduction. He is one of the most important villains, in my opinion, in the entire Final Fantasy franchise. And that's evident with how iconic he is in the game's universe and kind of fiction, where Sephiroth is, even people that aren't into Final Fantasy know who Sephiroth is and know some of his most famous scenes. Sephiroth is, I've said this many times, he is my favorite Final Fantasy villain of all time. He's one of my favorite villains in all of fiction, period. And I'm a huge fan. And so, in the city of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, I of course use him whenever I can. I used to have a series with him where he was with Zack and Cloud doing soldier comps, and I still use him where I can. I just used him in the most recent Lufenia we had, where we were versing Bahamut in the World of Illusion stage, which actually I'll show some footage here of that fight right now so you guys have some context of what's going on. Now, the big problem with Sephiroth is that his kit really hasn't been touched at all since the Cosmos era. Sephiroth, he got adjusted for that era, and since, his kit has not been touched outside of the LD and burst weapon that he'll be receiving in about a month in global. Sephiroth, for anyone that's used him, you guys know what his shortcomings are. He's all single target aside from his EX, having absolutely no splash damage or AoE capabilities, again, outside of that EX. His potencies are just whack. His skill 1 potency is really bad. It does have a high turn rate, so it does offer you minimal turn manipulation, but aside from that, it's not great. In fact, I've heard from JP players that a lot of people that use Sephiroth in the JP version after his LD and his burst actually will go with his HP+++, which he gets from his LD, over using his skill 1, because the HP plus actually does more. That's how absolutely vile that potency is. Now, his skill 2, his potency is still quite nice, and it does hit very hard. No complaints there. Sephiroth in this comp really is, he can hit cap damage with it. I mean, he's hitting over 10,000 a hit because of Kuja's armor. And he's still, he's hitting very nice on Fervent Blow. Now, granted, he has the World of Illusion boosts, and he's got the Enchant Imperil effect from Kuja going on as well. So he's hitting for a lot more extra damage than he should. He does have the regen effect on him as well, which is nice, so you can run him in like regen comps, and it helps make up for the fact that his potencies are absolutely shite. But Sephiroth in general is just a very ancient kit, ancient character, and needs the help. I mentioned earlier that he does get his LD and his burst weapon here soon for global, and they're okay. His LD, the effect is nice, but it doesn't really help him that much. His burst effect is very nice, but again, it's funny because Sephiroth after LD and burst is actually better as a support option than your own bring, because you can bring Sephiroth in as a support, you can pop his burst right off the bat, use his LD to get the LD effect on, which is 30% extra brave damage to enemies that are afflicted with the debuff, and then you can enter your own burst phase and basically exploit Sephiroth. So what Sephiroth's burst phase does is it sets enemies brave to 1, even if they get broken immediately after they go back to 1 brave. So if you're in your own burst phase, with the support Sephiroth in the field with his burst active, you can just constantly exploit that and keep breaking enemies, and it's really nice. However, it is only 3 turns, that burst effect, and so that's why I say Sephiroth is a better option to support, because when in your own comp, you're not really going to be able to exploit that burst effect too long, sadly. So why am I making this video? Well, Sephiroth is one of my, I love using him, but he's a meme. In my Discord server, he's just an outright meme, because he's been overlooked and skipped and just slapped around in this game so hard. But, ladies and gentlemen, there's finally hope for the man. In the JP version of the game, he's on the cusp of getting a rework and an LD extension. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. LD extension, for those of you that don't know and just follow the global side, is kind of like EX Plus for EXs, where It's like the next step of the LD. So they enhance it, they increase the potencies, or they'll increase the effects. And some LD extensions are absolutely insane. So I can't even speculate what they're going to be doing for Sephiroth, but I'm so excited. And so what we're going to do now, guys, is I'm actually going to cut over to the DFFOO JP Twitter account, and I'm going to watch his rework video live, and then give my immediate thoughts and whatnot. And then after that, I am going to have on screen the raw data, so the numbers and whatnot, from Zetai. Zetai is pretty famous in the community for being a JP translator, and he posts to my server translations of new updates and such. So I'm going to thank him right away. So thank you, Zeta, in advance. I will leave a link to his YouTube channel in the description below if you guys would like to check him out. But yeah, without any further ado, guys, let's just get started, because I am so hyped. I can't wait. Alright, guys. I stand at the edge of the abyss. The hype threatening to overcome me. The video is 1 minute 56 seconds long. Okay. We can do this. I have not been this excited in this game probably since Lightning got her EX debut. Oh man. Okay. Let's, without any further ado, guys, let's just... If you're looking for a non-biased interpretation of this video, you're not going to find it. That'll be the stuff that comes after. But yeah, let's just get this started. Okay, leading off with this burst. Oh my god, his fervor blows AoE. Oh, they made an AoE. Okay, alright, that's good. That's very helpful. Very good. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's double HP dump on both enemies. The first dump. It looks like it's 100. Is that 100% splash on both? Oh my god! Oh my god! The splash! Everything's going on that skill too. What? Oh, he gets a ton of brave gain before the HP dumps, and the LD debuff is now gold framed. Oh. Oh my god. He's okay. So he's got AoE now on skill 1 with. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. That HP damage. Okay. Hold up. Let's just back that ass up. All right. So he gets the double HP dump right here, and so what I'm wondering is it 100% splash? Or no, because look, his brave is over, let's see, 158,000. I don't even know how that's possible. So his overflow must be like absolutely like absurd. I'm not sure, but so he does 132,000 to both on the first dump, and then he hits for the second HP dump afterwards. So okay, so it doesn't look like he gets any brave back after the first HP dump. Or am I just, hold on. Let's see what happens here at this first HP dump. He does. Okay, so he does get brave back depending on how much HP damage he does. That is exactly what I wanted. I wanted brave cashback on that skill 1 to help make those other hits hit, the HP dump worth a damn. So then after that dump, it turns into a single. Okay, so the first couple hits, I don't even know how many hits that is because it's going so fast, is AoE with an AoE HP dump, and then the second round of hits is all on the second enemy. Okay. So then he does it again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, and then Octaslash. So now he gains brave, probably based on attack, before even the brave hits. So then he immediately dumps. It looks like he either has 2 or 3 dumps on Octaslash, and now Octaslash has Splash. Oh my god, that's exactly... Okay, so when me and another guy, JP player in the server, were speculating what we wanted, or me and talking with Sephi, Brave Cashback on skill 1, and then Octaslash having Splash was definitely like 2 requirements that he absolutely needed. And then Octaslash potentially being AoE was another one. But I think this one's even better. That battery up and having multiple HP dumps. Now his LD has the 2 HP dumps. He batteries himself up a massive amount before the first even Brave hits. And then, of course, the burst. Now, I assume that the rest of the video then is just going to be... See, now you can see here, the Brave is stuck at 1. They get broken, goes right back up to 1. So his LD buff now cannot be dispelled because it's gold framed. Gold frame is something that's very new in the JP version of the game. Oh, man. And then, yeah, so then this is just showing off Sephiroth's call ability. Oh my god. Okay, so I will leave a link to this video in the description below if you guys would like to check this out yourselves. I am just sort of sitting here just on cloud 9. Now, I'll talk more about this when I'm looking at Zetas Translations, but I'm wondering if we will see aspects of this rework when Sephiroth drops his LD and Bursting Global. Now, obviously, we're not going to see damage anything close to that, because that would just completely ruin the game. But what I'm talking is, because usually the meat of these improvements is on that LD extension. So I wonder if they'll leave the boost from the LD extension, where they are, and then maybe give Sephiroth some aspects, maybe make the Fervent Blow AoE on that first dump, or who knows. Who knows? I'll be very curious, because again, it's that the month with Sephiroth and the Final Fantasy VII month, things were messed up in the JP version. Things were not as intended originally. They moved things around, so I do wonder if there's a chance of that. But yeah, I will go ahead now and show off Zetas Translations, and we can see together what exactly is going on here, and look at some raw numbers. All right, and as I mentioned earlier, huge thanks and shout out to Zedekai for the translations here. I'm reading this from my Discord server. He has this posted in the JP News channel. His link to his channel will be in the description below if you guys would like to check him out. He's a good watch. He's doing God's work here, people. He's got these translations up hot and ready. So Sephiroth has LD with his extension. His LD ability is Scintilla. It heals his Brave by 300% of its attack, plus a group HP attack. So the details of that is it's an 8-hit group melee Brave HP attack, plus Brave heal by 30% of the damage done. And then it follows up then with another 8-hit group melee Brave HP attack, which then deals proportional damage. Brave damage versus single target is times 1.6. The first 8-hit group HP dump is 150% overflow, and the second one is 200%. Grants to self 12 turns, 1 level of One Who Brings Despair. That is straight to the point, but I like that. I like the buff name. All targets get 8 turns. Gold framed cell erosion. Again, gold framed cannot be dispelled. Gold framed is stuck on there for good, which is helpful because a lot of bosses in Lufenia love to cleanse themselves and just like auto dispel themselves. And yeah, gold frame, no dice on that. So when the quest starts, he's going to have self 6 turns, 1 level, One Who Brings Despair. When a wave starts, all targets 4 turns, gold frame cell erosion. The buff One Who Brings Despair, this is loaded. Okay, he gets this from the LD, but now he even starts with it when the quest starts. So the level increases when Sephiroth acts up to 5. So amazing. So once you get this thing up to level 5, you just basically have to refresh it by using the LD. Wow. Okay, self. So he gets up to 30% extra attack. So it goes up by 5 for each tier, it looks like. And then the last tier from 4 to 5 is 20 to 30. So up to 30% extra attack, 30% extra int brave, 30% extra max brave, 30% extra gained brave overflow, and 30% more brave added to existing brave damage. Think of Golbez LD. So the way that this is explained that I saw is think of it basically as brave cashback. So he's getting 30% more brave added to the cashback. Plus 10% HP damage dealt when that buff is active does not increase based on level. The debuff Cell Erosion is 30% extra brave damage taken with a sap effect on enemies. And his LD board, brave damage with skill plus 10%, stolen brave overflow with skill plus 20%, critical brave damage with skill plus 10%, brave gain with skill plus 10%, gain brave overflow with skill plus 10%, brave damage with brave plus and HP plus 20%. So I'm going back up to here. This 30% more brave add to existing brave damage. In that previous clip I showed in the video, I think that was shown off with his EX, where he randomly, his max brave was like, I don't remember what his max brave was, but the damage on that EX randomly shot up to like 159,000 or something crazy. I think that's what that is, because he does gain brave when he uses EX based on his own attack. Now, Sephiroth has reworked his Fervent Blow extension, becomes a 5-hit group melee brave HP attack, deals proportional damage, so proportional. So it's not 100% like I thought it was, thankfully. This is a more rational look at his rework now, with me not fanboying and screaming. So it's a proportional damage, so I guess it's a little bit more fair. Now he heals brave heal by 20% of the damage dealt, and then he does a 6-hit melee brave HP attack with a slight potency boost. The slight potency boost has me worried, because slight usually means, I think, like 10 to 20%, which isn't anything for that attack, which is but it being AoE does help with the brave heal. So, and then of course with that brave heal, then he's going to be getting even more because of the buff. The one who brings despair, 150% overflow, and his Octaslash extension, he gets 2 extra uses from 5 to 7 when using Octaslash. Becomes a brave heal by 200% of attack plus HP attack, so that's 1 HP dump. Then it becomes a 7-hit melee brave HP attack, brave heal by 20% of damage, so that's the second HP dump. And then a 7-hit melee brave HP attack is the third, with 20% splash damage on last HP hit. So as I thought in the video when I was watching from the Twitter, yeah, it has 3 HP dumps now, hits like a freight train. The potency doesn't look like it was adjusted, but the potency on Octaslash is still pretty darn good. So I really don't have a problem with Octaslash potency not being adjusted. I do wish Fervent Blows was heavier adjustment, because yeah, the potency of it is already absolutely trash, and a slight potency boost is not great. And then, of course, in the Twitter video, he also had Warrior of Light and Paladin Cecil in the party, which was enchanting his damage for weakness. And then he also was getting a bunch of auras to help his damage as well, plus the synergy. But again, this is Lufenia. You know, Lufenia, the auras of bosses is very, very high, and so damage gets cucked even if your synergy. And I'll be curious to see what Sephiroth looks like outside of synergy, because that's always, of course, the big telltale, you know, the proof right there. You know, if they do great outside of synergy and you're able to take them places, then awesome. Then it looks like they're keepers. So at first look, you know, I'm fanboying over Sephiroth and all this because, again, he's a massive favorite. But I'm also now, and I'm looking at the numbers, trying to rationally talk about this. So, you know, it doesn't just come across as me just being like, oh, he's God, he's great, go get him, go chase him right now. I do think he's very solid. I do like his rework. I love his LD extension. I do love the fact that now he's got this one who brings despair buff going. I think that really, really helps him out. That's going to be really, really nice. And in the video we saw, I think it was 12 turns. So I bet you when you increase the LD level or whatever, it's going to go from 6 turns, the one who brings despair, it's going to go up to, oh no, it's 12 turns when he uses the LD. Okay. So yeah, so he'll have 12 turns, so 38 total, because he starts with 6, and then if you time it, the LD gives you now another 12, so he'll have, well no, that'd be 42. So 42 possible turns with his one who brings despair buff, and all of these boosts that come from it. I like it. I think this is a pretty darn nice upgrade. And that Cell Erosion, the 30% extra brave damage taken on enemies being gold framed, That's nice. Gold framed, I think, is very, very underrated. And you guys, some global players might be looking at this like, well, that doesn't sound that useful. Well, again, Lufenia, there are bosses that will just cleanse. They will just cleanse themselves of everything at certain points in the stage, and having to reapply stuff gets really, really frustrating, especially if you're running low on skill uses. So, yeah, I like this a lot. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. What do you guys think about this rework? I am excited. I think this is a pretty solid rework. He's able to hit some really, really nice, juicy numbers. Just wish the potency boost on the skill one was a little bit higher, and I do wish that the extra HP damage was higher than 10%. Where is that? Yeah, right here on that one who brings to spare. I do wish that was maybe 20, because I think 20 is kind of the standard. So him only having 10% kind of sucks, but he's pretty loaded elsewhere, so I guess I'll overlook it. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed something a little bit new. I usually don't cover the JP side of the game, but it's Sephiroth, so I'm making a damn exception. And if you don't like it, then I don't know what to tell you. Check the description below for links, good stuff, Zetas, his YouTube channel, the link to the DFFOO JP channel, Twitter channel for the video. And yeah, I will see you guys again here very soon. So take care, everyone. Thank you so much again for giving this video a chance. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys again very soon. Take care.